Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. I had a Druid run up on my channel recently. It wasn't named a Druid run, it was a stream highlight. And I have actually fewer Shaman runs than almost any other class but Mage, so it's Shaman time. And we're starting off with a pretty good card. These are all fine. We're going to take the Azure Drake for card draw, and because the spell damage actually is really great for Shamans, although I grieve a little bit at passing a Sunfury Protector. I'm growing to love this card. I used to just not like it at all, but I love it a lot because it's a 2 mana, gives you an early drop, but it's also useful in the late game. However, Azure Drake is just pretty solid. I'm going to take Stormforged Axe. I am sick of losing games to Stormforged Axes, so we're going to take it. Gonna make a little bit of an untraditional choice here. I think the best card is the Hunter, but I'm gonna take the Infiltrator because I just like to have 1-drops. So let's just get one in there. And here I'm gonna pass on the Dark Iron Dwarf to take an Argent Squire. I don't know why, but for some reason I'm just feeling like playing a little bit of a faster deck. Getting some 1-drops here. Enjoying life. Alright, let's take Earthshock. The other cards are fine, but I want to have that silence. And Unbound Elemental, oh my god, is so good. Ooh, do you take another Unbound Elemental? You could have a really strong, like, early mid game. That's what turn 3 is with 2 of these. But Forked Lightning is such an important card. Sometimes. Oh, you know what? This is crazy. Don't try this at home. I'm actually gonna take Unbound Elemental. That card is just so strong. I just want to have another one of those. We'll take another Argent Squire because those 3-drops are junk. Take Lava Burst because I haven't been taking any removal, so let's grab some there. Lightning Bolt is fan-fiddly-tastic, plus the other cards are garbage. And I want an Imani Berserker, but I'm not going to pass on Hex. It's a Shaman's only single-target remove anything. And it is, in my opinion, the best removal spell in the game. Now, I'm going to love the Gnomish Inventor a lot. However, we will just take a Chillwind Yeti here and suffice with our Azure Drake for card draw. I hate the Frostpool Warlord. Don't want to take a Grizzly. Well, I have 2 Unbound Elementals. The other 2 3-mana cards I have are removal spells, so this curve is a little bit of a lie. I actually have just about equal 2 and 3 drops, so Grizzly wouldn't be a miss here. Panda's a good 4-drop, not really any synergy with it though, so we will take the Grizzly here to have some taunt. Okay, I could take the card draw or the removal. Don't want the Silverhand Knight just yet. I think getting 2 drops is more important. Card draw? I mean, they're both 2/1s for 2, so this one's the card draw, this one's the killer. What is more important? I think the removal is more important, but I could see myself regretting it. Hey, it's a legendary! Oh my, oh my. Well, Gruul I'm actually not a big fan of, to be totally honest. So, it's a 7/7. It turns into an 8/8, so your opponent sees it as an 8/8, so you're getting an 8/8 for 8. Now, it's an 8/8 for 8 that if your opponent doesn't remove after a turn or 2, he loses the game, but I hate that I'm paying 8 mana for an 8/8, and that's my legendary. Now, Harrison Jones is a 5/4 for 5, which is overcosted by 1 if the Battlecry doesn't go off. If the Battlecry does go off, it's been compared, I've seen this on Reddit, to an Azure Drake, which is a pretty good comparison. They're both 5 mana, they both have 4 toughness. Harrison Jones has 1 extra power, but his card draw is conditional, whereas the Azure Drake's isn't, and he doesn't have spell damage. So, I don't know, it's kind of lame that it's a legendary that you could compare to a rare card, and the rare card almost comes out better. At the same time, I mean, if Harrison Jones does go off with a multi-durability weapon, then it is just bonkers sauce ridiculous. I'm going to take Malygos, though, after all that discussion. I just love Malygos. It's so much fun. It's so hilarious. Earthshock and Lightning Bolt become, like, just ridiculous. Earthshock cannot target the opponent, so you can't kill them with it, but still. We'll just take this. This is so fun. And a 4/12 is very difficult to bring down. Alright, here is an interesting choice. You might want to Windmill Slam the Flame Tongue, and I wouldn't blame you, but Stormwind Knight is a really good card, and I only have the Chillwind Yeti at 4 at the moment. What would I rather miss, a Stormwind Knight or a Flame Tongue? Actually, I'd rather miss a Flame Tongue. I'd rather play a deck with no Flame Tongues than a deck with no Stormwind Knight, so I'm going to take the Knight here, though I know some people will think I'm crazy. I will take another Hex. I'll happily play with 2 of those. Will I play with 3 of them? Well, I don't really want to play with 3 hexes. Unfortunately, this is garbage right here. Frostshock works actually pretty well with Malygos. I could consider that. It's also pretty good if you got spell damage with Azure Drake or a spell damage totem. But am I really considering taking Frostshock over Hex? No, not really. So we're just gonna... Hey, it's a second legendary! Oh my god. Well, Captain Greenskin we can dismiss. The odds of getting him with Stormforged Axe are pretty small. This is a safe pick here, the Blood Mage. Spell damage is nice. I did not take Forked Lightning, but it's still good with Earthshock and Lightning Bolt. And this just draws a card. But Alec here is so much fun. Oh man, I mean, it's the problem is 8 mana is a lot. This card should really cost probably 7. You really feel the cost of the card. I mean, it is just a 3. It's a Senjin Shield Master with Charge, Divine Shield, and Wind Fury. So I don't know. It's definitely the more fun card, but it's probably not as good, you know, from a purely mathematical standpoint as taking the Blood Mage, because the Blood Mage replaces himself, and spell damage could be really good to have. I'm gonna take it, but whatever. If you're playing with Malagos, you gotta play with Elekir here. There's just no question. So, do you take the Lava Burst number 2 here for some more reach to your deck? Or take the Pyromancer because you're short on 2 drops? Well, I've got a bunch of 1 drops, so I feel like my shortage of 2 drops, limited currently just to the Axe and the Warrior and the Wolf, is alright, so I will take Lava Burst. But if I didn't have these 3 1 drops back here, then I would be taking the Pyromancer. Okay, so I have another chance at Forked Lightning. Or Senjin. God, Senjin is so tempting, just because it's such a good card. But you know what, with these Unbound Elementals, with Malagos, I think Forked Lightning has got to be the pick. Much as it hurts. Alright, Knife Juggler is only playable there, so we'll just take it without hesitation. Hey, it's a Fire Elemental! I hate that I pass on a Rockbiter weapon for it, but I gotta do it. I mean, Fire Elemental is just too good. Stormforged Axe is great for the Unbound Elementals, and plus just it's awesome. Now, here, I will take Gnomish Inventor. Spellbreaker, I've got Earthshock, don't need another one, although I could regret it. I just really love Gnomish Inventors. I just freaking love those things. We have another Forked Lightning versus Senjin. Here I will take Senjin. Yes, I see the Bloodsail Raider here. Yes, it could be good with the Stormforged Axe, but Senjin is just super great. Can't pass the second one. Now, here, do you take another Earthshock? To have more silence, or do you take the Flame Tongue? Well, let's grab the Flame Tongue here for some tricks. I know I'm being a little bit fast and loose, passing on removal. These are garbage. So we have to take Frost Shock now. And we're ending with Lightning Storm. That's a pretty clutch ending. Lightning Storm, as I say every time I play Shaman, is a Shaman's only mass removal. And, you know, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. Lightning Storm is the best mass removal spell in the game, in my humble opinion. I am not going to count Unleash the Hounds as a mass removal spell, because Blizzard said it is, but Blizzard is full of steaming bullshit, because Unleash the Hounds is not mass removal. It's a broken card that can kill a bunch of your opponent's creatures, is what it is. It's not a mass removal card. Mass removal cards are cards that kill minions, and that's all they do. Not cards that can be used to, you know, deal 10 damage to your opponent's face. Anyway, not that I'm bitter. Let's go ahead and actually do a little bit of a crazy move. I'm going to mulligan the Flame Tongue as well. We'll just keep the Knife Juggler. And the Flame Tongue, if it wants to come by later, it can. Otherwise, I'm perfectly happy not to have it. Well, now that I've drawn the Argent Squire, I deeply regret mulliganing the Flame Tongue. Because that would have been great to have with the Argent Squire. We'll have to content ourselves, though, with just a Worgen Infiltrator here. I chose that over the Squire because this will just kill some 2-drops that he could play, or 2-toughness minions he could play. The Argent Squire is a big old pain in the ass. But because I'm a Shaman and not, say, a Mage or a Druid, it doesn't actually kill a lot of things. He's going to make a totem. He's hoping for the 1-1. He does not get it, so he just lost his coin for pretty much nothing. That's excellent news. Now here, we have a couple of interesting options. You might say, well, obviously play the Knife Juggler. It takes up your mana for the turn. How much am I afraid of Forked Lightning? Not that much, so we're going to play it. If I were afraid of Forked Lightning, I could have played the Argent Squire. The Argent Squire would survive against Forked Lightning, but I feel like this is a fine move. If he has Forked Lightning, he goes up a card against me, but then I drop the Unbound Elemental. I'm in pretty good shape. He actually does have Forked Lightning. Well, the thing about this is that now he's overloaded. Can't do anything else. And on next turn, he also can't do anything because he will only have 1 mana. So if he didn't have anything last turn for 1 mana, he shouldn't have anything this turn unless the top deck hit. And on next turn, then I can make a totem and play an Argent Squire. And yeah, I'm down a card, but I should be okay. He actually has Earthshock, so we catch up. I'm caught up on cards. Notice how scary this minion is. He was so scared of that minion, he was actually willing to just go down a card to silence it. Well, I'm okay with that. We'll see what happens here. I've got a handful of 3-mana removal, which is not really what you want to have, but if he plays single big minions, I can kill them all. This is exactly what I didn't want to see, because I don't really want to use either of my any of my removal cards against that. I like you're the WINDLORD. You're a bit earlier to the party, buddy. We're gonna make a totem no matter what, so I might as well do it. See what we got. Got the 1-1. Oh man, am I gonna Lava Burst a 2-3? That seems absolutely insane. I am actually just not gonna do it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna throw away our Divine Shield. And I hate to do it, but I'm gonna pass the turn because I just have a handful of removal. It's just quite unfortunate. I don't care about this guy dying because he's silenced. And I'm not gonna, I just couldn't Lava Burst at 2-3. Just couldn't do it. Maybe it was the right play. Maybe just one of those times when you suck it up and do it anyway, but I just couldn't. So, Forked Lightning. Okay, this is a little bit awkward here. I cannot Hex this Tiger or Lava Burst it. I would love to, but I can't because it's all stealth-alike. And then next turn, I really don't want to Lava Burst either because I want to be able to play a Lakir the following turn, so I'm going to be relying on Hex. I may have to do Lava Burst anyway if he puts another big threat down so I can kill both things. Does he have a Lightning Storm here? I don't think he would Lightning Storm this. This seems a bit lame to Lightning Storm. The taunt, by the way, was a very good flip. The Tiger now has to hit the taunt. And that protects my 1/1s here. Oh my gosh, I wish I could play Alakir right now, but I can't. Ball sacks. Alright, well, let's kill everything, I guess. We're going to Lava Burst. Wait. That doesn't make any sense. If I'm spending Lava Burst and Hex, then I might as well Lava Burst this and Hex that. The only way that Lava Bursting this makes any sense is if I'm not going to Hex the Tiger, but that's dumb. So yeah, let's go ahead and, well, I could also play Forked Lightning, which will deal 3 damage, take this down to 4 health, down to 2 health, throw these away. No, let's just do both. We're going to do this. Oh, I talked about what I was supposed to do, and then I did it wrong anyway. My apologies, folks. So I actually lose a, 1/1 for absolutely no reason here. Oh gosh, that was really silly. So now I cannot play Alakir. Hopefully I get some other playable minion next turn. That would be nice. Wouldn't mind some minions I could play. Sure would be great to have minions. This could have been a Senjin Shield Master. Oh man, he's actually going to get to kill my Argent Squire. That's really sad. And then the Healing Totem will actually heal up the damage. That's really sad. Alright, well, that's life, I guess. It's going to Earth Shock my spell damage totem, so he's actually going down another card for that. That's pretty aggressive. I'm not sure I really agree with that play. So I'm doing okay on cards. He's ahead on totems, but I'm doing fine on cards. And he's thinking about playing something else? Okay, guess not. Alright, that was a pretty good top deck, although I'm not gonna, like, feel guilty about it, because honestly, I've had pretty miserable luck this game with removal spells and him not playing good targets for me to remove. So this is Warpig the Shaman. I have 5 cards on the screen, he has 5 and 2 totems. But perhaps Alakir here will give me a little bit of an advantage. He's pretty badass looking. He's just should really be 7 mana, not 8. All right, he got to taunt. Well, that's fine. He only had a 50-50 chance of getting taunt. And he's gonna play Totemic Might. Okay, well, so he made some questionable moves, giving me card advantage playing those Earth Shocks, and now I'm pretty convinced he's a bad player. With those questionable Earth Shocks and Totemic Might, we're just gonna go ahead and say this guy is pretty new to the game, and he has nothing else for 6 mana, so it seems like he has a very removal-rich hand like I do. Alright, so the question is, do you actually play Alakir here knowing your opponent probably has a Hex? Would he really have held on to a Hex if he had it? I mean, maybe. So okay, we'll hold the Alakir back. We'll get our own totem party going here. I'm not going to hit these totems because they're going to heal for 1 back anyway, so we'll just leave this as is, and we'll see if he wants to play his Hex. If he goes 1 more turn without playing a Hex, on turn 10 I can totem up and Alakir, so maybe I will do that. And just let it get hexed. But at least, you know, I want to hit something with some real minion with this Windfree rather than running into a totem twice or just hitting him in the face for 6. He's a really good combo with Rockbiter Weapon. Him plus Rockbiter Weapon, you could deal 12 damage at once. I don't have any Rockbiter Weapons, though I passed on a Rockbiter to take a... oh, shoot. A Hex, I think? Or if no, I passed on a Rockbiter to take a Fire Elemental, which I do not regret at all. Oh my god, he actually has Alakir the Windlord himself, and he's even got the combo, so he's going to get to kill my bear and my Yeti. Wow. Wow, that's pretty ferocious. Notice, though, a little bit unimpressive. Oh my god, he actually has Ancestral... I was just going to say, like, this is going to die to my axe, unless he has Ancestral Healing, and then he did... ah, hilarious. Well, we're not going to play him. I could run in and kill his with mine, but I'd much rather just Lava Burst it. So we're going to go ahead and Gnomish Inventor, because I can get a card this way. Unbound Elemental, lovely as well as Dovely. We'll do this. Lava Burst to kill his legendary. So you can see this is why a lot of people say Alakir is not a good card. Because he just sort of died to the 3-mana removal spell, and that wasn't Hex. Obviously, everything in the game dies to Hex, but he just died to 5 damage. It's a bit weak for 8 mana. All right, Ancestral Healing. That is great. All right, so he plays a Nightblade. Oh my God, Nightblade. This is just like a parade of terrible cards. I am loving it. More than McDonald's. Alright, so he did not get a Taunt Totem this time, which is unfortunate for him, because it means that he gets to kill this Knife Juggler with the Axe. Now, I could, of course, Earth Shock, try to flip a spell damage totem and Earth Shock, but I think maybe this is the time to play Alakir. If I forked Lightning, this would go to a 4-6. I could then start killing off these totems. Yeah, let's just play him. I think this is fine. So we'll do this. Yes, obey my commands, win. So we'll do this. And, let's actually just go ahead and do this. Oh, I hate that this totem is going to get to pop the Divine Shield off. But that's life. So we're going to go ahead and kill off the more valuable of his buffed totems. And call it a day. Oh yeah, I have a healing totem. This guy's actually going to heal up. Sweet. Wow, this is actually remarkable. It's a Shaman versus Shaman match, and we actually both played an Alakir. That is amazing. But notice, if this had been a Blood Mage Thalnos, I probably would have been actually in better shape. Because I just sat forever in this game with this guy in my hand. He will avail himself of the totem to pop off the Divine Shield. Ancient Mage, +2 spell damage. A Lightning Bolt will actually kill this now if that's his last card. He's in really friggin' good shape. Oh my God. It is not a Lightning Bolt. It is a Panda, so he's going to get to use his Pimp again. Okey-doke. Well, let's think about this for a moment. We'll do this. And this to finally kill that stupid totem. And then we're going to Hex this up. Kill the frog. Totem up. Pass the turn. By the way, if you don't know what this guy says when he attacks, it took me forever to realize it. I had to read it somewhere. He's saying, like swatting insects. That's what he says when he attacks. Except it's like sweating insects. I don't even know what I thought he was saying. It was just like, da 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 da, and I didn't really go much further than that. Alright, so he's got the Pimp in his hand. He's going to replay the Pimp. So this must be a removal spell or an expensive minion, or else he would have played that rather than the Pimp. Ancestral Healing! Oh my God, he's going to use it to give that taunt. That's 2, count them. 2, ladies and gentlemen, Ancestral Healings. I could Earth Shock. I actually have enough mana for everything. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so let's just go ahead and get the totem. I do get the spell damage. Is it worth it to use Fork? Yeah, whatever. Let's just do it. So we'll do this. Then Fire Elemental kills this. Okay, so now my opponent has lost the game. I literally cannot think of anything that a Shaman could top deck that would get him out of the situation. Lightning Storm won't, and single target removal is obviously not good enough. So my Alakir beats his Alakir. Man, I think the title of this arena should reflect that. Battling Alakirs? Maybe I should make up some kind of a pun for Alakir? I don't know. I kind of just put myself on the spot there, didn't I? I should have like prepared for it in advance. Although I didn't know I was gonna get Alakir the WINDLORD. Alakir the WINDLORD, am I right? Okay. Yeah. Oh, but that doesn't really convey the fact that we both played one. He actually played 2 Ancient Mages. Jesus, this is just like. Either this person had the worst draft of all time, or Warpig the Shaman has the worst card evaluation skills of anyone I've ever played against. Which I know sounds kind of mean when I say it, but really it's just, you know, everyone's new sometimes, and that's okay. Yes, he's saying like swatting insects, but it just sounded to me like, sake swatting insects! Lakes, what do you think, say? Is what it sounds like. Anyway, yeah, Alakir the WINDLORD. Probably not the first person to come up with that pun. I like here the WINDLORD on a pony. That's a little bit of a stretch. I just say Lord on a pony sometimes, but that's not really, that's not a good one. Anyway, I'll think of something off camera. I'm sure you already have seen the title of this video if you're watching it. So wasn't that a hilarious title? Yeah, Boris is the most hilarious. So that was actually kind of a tough game, but I'm glad that we played against Warpig the Shaman there because man, we had 2 ancestral healings, we had a totemic might, we had 2 pimps. Boy, I just can't imagine anyone's draft being that bad. Although I feel like I've had drafts that were pretty bad sometimes. Joshan the Mage. With 3 hexes, I will mulligan one because it's not a good early game card. If I only had 1 hex, though, I might actually keep it. Obviously, the Stormforged Axe is a keeper, though. Because that just wins you games sometimes. Like, really, I think that Fiery War Axe, is a better card than Stormforged Axe. But in certain situations, when you're holding a hand full of 3/2s, Stormforged Axe gets played against you, you just lose the game. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Now, do you play a Stormforged Axe? No, I don't think so, because if I play Stormforged Axe, I cannot play the Grizzly next turn, so here's where my logic doesn't apply. If I were a warrior, I would say, of course, play the Fiery War Axe. But here, my hero ability puts something onto the board, and lets me play stuff the following turn, so it's really quite worth it to get the totem out. Now, I didn't attack with this because I didn't want it just to die to Fire Blast. A good rule of thumb for me is I will reveal a 1 toughness minion on turn 3. On turn 3, if the opponent Fire Blasts it and spends her whole turn doing that, I'm kind of okay with that. Now, if she does that on turn 2, I feel kind of crappy because maybe she didn't have anything better to do anyway. But by turn 3, people usually have something to do. Notice, see, she didn't have anything better to do, so it's a good thing I didn't hit her. But now, we'll go ahead and play the Unbound Elemental. And then reveal this. So now she can, of course, spend her whole turn Fire Blasting this, and I'm, down a card. But it is 100% worth it to me because I'd much rather be down a card than have her actually putting stuff on the board. And in fact, she will put something down. This is actually not good against anything. Unless, okay, she's going to Arcane Missile, Abusive Sergeant. Abusive Sergeant, so she gets to kill the Unbound Elemental before it does any damage. Alright, got a couple of options here. I could play the Stormforged Axe on a totem. What I'd much rather do, though, is play Sen'jin. Now, the reason I'm playing Sen'jin is I can use my Infiltrator now to kill the Abusive Sergeant, and then the Infiltrator will no longer die to the Fire Blast. Sen'jin is a very annoying creature to face as a mage. Yes, mages have Polymorph and Fireball to kill it with, but they might have wanted to use those against bigger creatures later. So, it's like a 4-drop trying to bait out a 4-mana spell. She will play it, she'll win Yeti. Well, it's unfortunate. Never mind, everything's great, life is happy. So how do we do this? You actually have to pause a little bit here, it's not as obvious as it looks. Obviously I could just do Flame Tongue, Sen'jin, kill the Yeti, fuck you, I'm thinking. The Sen'jin drops down to 1 health, but it gets healed back up to 2. And then I can also play a Grizzly. That's one option. Now another option is I can actually Flame Tongue, run the totem in, play the Bluegill Warrior, and attack with that. If the Bluegill Warrior could kill the Yeti, I would go for it. But as it is, I think we'll just keep it simple. We'll just do this. So I end up doing the quote-unquote obvious thing anyway, but I just wanted to point out that there was a little bit of thinking that needed to happen there, and I might have not done this if I didn't have a healing totem out. So do you play the bear or do you play the Bluegill Warrior? Well, I think it makes sense to play the bear. We'll do the bear over here. Why is she saying sorry? I hate her so much already. I'm not going to squelch her because I want to see what else bad-mannered shit comes out of this person's mouth, and then I'll try to do some reverse bad-mannering, perhaps. We'll see what she does. I don't know, honestly, what a mage could do here. Mind control attack, perhaps? Would make her say sorry if she has it. That would be very good here. There's almost nothing bad she can take except for this healing totem. No, she just has a farce here. I don't know why she said sorry. Okay. She's just a bad-mannered person. Alright. Lava Burst is a little bit early to the party. Why is she saying sorry? Oh my god, whatever. I could do Stormforged Axe to kill this, but then I'm not playing the Azure Drake. I really would like to play the Azure Drake. I could also do the Bluegill Warrior. That would, with the Flame Tongues, help trade up and kill that. But, I think this is okay. So what I'm going to do here is run the totem in. Well, no. I'm going to play Azure Drake to draw a card. Like so. Knife Juggler. I put this on the wrong side. I should have put it on the left. Well, it's too late to turn back now. I believe I'm falling in love. I could actually not attack this, but that's a little bit... it's a little bit silly. If she plays Blizzard, I'll really regret it. So yeah, we'll just kill that, and we'll go here. I should have really put this on the left side. Well, can't change it now. This is, not that big of a deal, because now is the time where I bust out my Stoneforged Axe. So Stoneforged Axe is very good here. Alright, now I could go all out with Knife Juggler and Bluegill Warrior. That would let me deal 6 plus 4 is 10 damage, taking her down to 14, down to 10, down to, well, the spell damage will be gone, down to 5. So I got her down to 5 health. Actually, the Knife Juggler down to 4. So she's at basically 4 health, but pretty sure she's got a Flame Strike here. So let's not go too crazy. Let's just play the Knife Juggler. Swing for 6, make a totem. Let her Flame Strike to clear my board. She will then have 4 cards to my 4, plus I have an axe, so I'll still be in the lead. And then I'll have removal for any big things she might drop. She's actually going to play an Ooze, so no Flame Strike here. Maybe she was saying sorry to troll me and make me feel bad, which succeeded, because it annoyed me a lot. Or perhaps she wanted me to think that she had a Flame Strike, even though she doesn't. That would be another reason to keep saying sorry. Or maybe she's just fucking dumb. That's another possibility. Let's not overestimate human intelligence here. Okay, here... I really wish this totem were touching the flame tongue. That would be much better. The Knife Juggler will, of course, kill this engine, but I might not want to do that. I could Lava Burst this, of course, but I want to save the Lava Burst for her face. So let's see. Let's say I Hex, play the Bluegill, kill the Hex. She's down to 6 health. Well, actually, that is lethal. Unfortunately, I don't have enough mana to do Hex this and this because of my Overload. Oh, wait, no. This is 7 damage. Wow. Still, though, I need to get past this thing, and then the Bluegill Warrior only does 4. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get a lucky Knife Fling onto this engine. And I did. Okay, that was pretty good. I'm going to say sorry. So now we Lava Burst the face, and this is lethal damage. We'll even say well played. Oh, what's with the threat in here, Joshin? Maybe Josh on crack is a sore loser. Ah, man, I'm not coming up with good puns today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you'd like to help my channel, please subscribe. If you want to see the rest of the run, well, then stay tuned. The rest of the games are going to be coming up soon. I'll see you in a bit.